Hero of the Rails. It was a beautiful summer day on the island of Sodor. Thomas felt very happy as he quietly filled up with water. Suddenly, there was a whoosh and a clickety-clack as a silver blue roared past him. Peeped Thomas. Later, Spencer thundered up the track to Nafford Station, and all the engines realized who had been roaring around the island. Spencer puffed smugly. Huffed Thomas. During the next few days, Spencer was very rude to the other engines. He even called Thomas a tiny toy tank engine. Thomas told Spencer he could pull loads just as heavy as his, so Spencer challenged Thomas to a race around Sodor. The engines met at the shunting yards at dawn. A whistle wailed and the race was on. As Thomas sped down a big hill, his brakes broke. He rolled faster and faster. He came to an old stretch of overgrown tracks that he'd never seen before and crashed through the bushes. Finally, he slowed to a stop. And then he heard a noise. A strange voice said, "There was a very old engine in the bushes. He was rusty and broken. At first, Thomas wanted to roll away as fast as his wheels could carry him. But then he realized that Hero was old and gentle. Hero told Thomas he had come to Sodor a long time ago. He had been one of the first steam engines on Sodor and had been known as the master of the railway. But Hero had broken down, and there had been no parts on Sodor to fix him with. He was forgotten. Thomas said he would get Sir Topham Hatt to help. Hero cried. Thomas decided to help his new friend in secret. Later, Thomas had his brakes repaired at the Sodor Steamworks. Thomas wanted to tell everyone about Hero, but knew he had to keep quiet. As he chuffed away, he spotted an old engine part that Kevin the Crane had dropped. He thought, and puffed away excitedly. The next day, Thomas did his work quickly and then sped out to visit Hero. As he neared Hero's hiding place, Spencer steamed around the bend. Spencer asked. Thomas didn't answer. He just chuffed away nervously. Thomas knew he couldn't do his work and repair Hero on his own, so he went to Percy and told him everything. "Of course I'll help," Percy peeped. "What can I do?" Thomas asked. Percy was excited about helping Thomas, but first he had to find a place to hide his mail trucks. Percy found an old siding to hide the mail trucks in, then went off with the tractor. But the tractor was so heavy that Percy popped a valve. He had to be repaired at the Sodor Steamworks, and in all the excitement, he forgot where he had hidden the mail cars. Back at Timothy Shed's, Sir Topham Hatt was very cross that Percy had lost his mail trucks. Thomas peeped. Thomas's friends knew something strange was going on, so he told them all about Hero. Gordon gasped and James jumped. They had never heard such an amazing story. The next morning, Thomas was a really useful engine, and the whole time, he knew Spencer was following him. Suddenly, an idea flew into Thomas's funnel. If Spencer was going to follow him all day, he could lead that nosy engine away from Hero. That would mean all the other engines would be free to help repair him. The next day, Thomas and Percy looked for the mail trucks as far away from Hero as possible. They puffed out to the quarry, with Spencer sneaking behind the whole way. When they got there, Mavis wouldn't leave Spencer alone. She puffed. As he toured the quarry, Spencer bit a hopper. Slate and dust showered down and blocked his funnel. Edward had to pull him to the steamworks to be repaired. With Spencer at the steamworks, Thomas thought it was a good time to take his friends to visit Hero. Hero liked me and the other engines, but making all these new friends reminded him of old friends back home, which made him sad. Thomas peeved. The next morning, Spencer found Percy's missing mail trucks near Hero's hiding place. He huffed, then raced back to Knapford Station to find Sir Topham Hatt. "Spencer! Why did you take Percy's mail trucks?" Sir Topham Hatt demanded. Sir Topham Hatt wasn't interested in Hero's excuses. Spencer was mad. Thomas and Hero were waiting for Percy to bring the very last part. Hero was very excited, but then they heard Spencer coming down the track. He huffed. Thomas steamed. He knew he had to find Sir Topham Hatt before Spencer did. Thomas and Spencer had the race of their lives. They steamed through tunnels and roared around bends. But as they crossed over a marsh, Spencer realized he was too heavy for the old track. It creaked and cracked. Then the mighty Spencer slid into the muddy marsh. Thomas promised Spencer he'd get help. At Knapford Station, At Knapford Station, Thomas found Sir Topham Hatt with the Duke and Duchess. Thomas's wheels wobbled as he told them all about Hero. Sir Topham Hatt was shocked. "You mean you found the master of the railway? Why didn't you come to me sooner?" Sir Topham Hatt, "You mean you found the master of the railway? Why didn't you come to me sooner?" Sir Topham Hatt asked Thomas. Thomas peeved. "We must help Hero at once," said Sir Topham Hatt. A few days later, all the engines went to see Hero at the Sodor Steamworks. When he pumped up the track, they couldn't believe their eyes. He looked wonderful, as good as new. "Welcome back, Master of the Railway," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Now go get Spencer out of the mud." Together with Rocky and Thomas, Hero pulled Spencer from the mud. Spencer couldn't believe how shiny and new Hero looked. Puffed Spencer. With a mighty heave and haul, Hero pulled Spencer all the way to the steamworks. A few days later, all the engines gathered at Brendam Docks to say goodbye to Hero. Hero said to Thomas. Thomas puffed happily. All the engines whistled farewell to their friend, the master of the railway.